Netflix and chill.
Say what? Yo, who was that? ATL show coming live throughout the world. Know that we are still. We got ATL Legacy, the podcast. On God, we're taking over with the ATL show.
Naya, what? What?
The ATL show's on. Duh.
I just.
Get out! Get
But
out!
Naya, it's supposed to be for adults only. It's supposed to be.
ATL, they're back.
It's my time again.
Anthony, Tioma, G Savage, Legacy. They're back. They're the best. Let's get it. Season 2.
I'm the best in this shit, that's fact. And there's only one reason that I came back. I'm here to set the fucking record straight. Okay, I'm the best you other cats just fell the way. First off, ain't no beef with the spitters in my city. But if it comes with 28, then shit get gritty. I'm shitty. Yeah, I shit on rappers. Even dead on the scene since you wanna be actors. This the message. I'm talking over hills and places. Schools over feeling foggy. I'll be patiently waiting. It seems y'all forgot who really runs the throne. Screaming y'all number one just because I was gone. See, ain't no stopping me now. I'm on the move. Going against me. Must be you ready to lose. The game, the street, the zone is took. This the message. Hope it leave you from me rappers. Sure. Yeah. The message. So y'all know. Yeah. The monster is back. And I'm at my spot.
ATL, ho.
Just in time accessories. We have the bling and everything in between. Tayama Copeland is your independent paparazzi consultant. Everything is only $5. You can catch Tayama on Facebook Live at Tayama Copeland, or you can find her at www.justintimeaccessories. Just in time accessories. We have the bling and everything in between. Check it out. Just in time accessories. We have the bling and everything in between. Tayama Copeland is your independent paparazzi consultant. Everything is only $5. You can catch Tayama on Facebook Live at Tayama Copeland, or you can find her at
Legacy Unlocked. When you're locked out of your vehicle, can't get in your car, call Legacy, serving West Palm Beach and surrounding cities. That's area code 229-630-7615. Available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Have you been denied disability, Social Security, or custodianship of your children? Call Antonio Williams. He has the knowledge and experience to fight the government on your behalf. Let him represent you. That's Antonio Williams, your non-legal attorney consultant. Make sure you go over to Goli.com and get your Goli gummies today. They have 3 selections, 3 choices to choose from. They have the apple cider vinegar, the ashwagandha, and new, they now have the superfruit. In addition to going over to GoliGummies.com, make sure you use the ATL as your discount code and receive a huge discount. It supports the channel and the podcast. In addition to all of that, the gummies, they are a sort of antioxidant. They have vitamins B9, B12, promotes general good health, helps improve your daily health, contains pectin, a source of dietary fiber, uses pectin as a natural prebiotic to support the healthy gut and immune system, includes the mother, a healthy strain of bacteria, antioxidants, and enzymes. Mask the unpleasant taste of the apple cider vinegar. It's simple, it's delicious, it's Goli. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome, one and all. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the Anthony Brown Show, this segment that we call the ATL. I'm yours truly, Mr. Anthony Brown. And of course, I'm joined tonight by none other than the very beautiful, the very lovely, Miss Tyson Baba. You're muted. Tayama.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now.
Hey, everybody.
I'm like, say something.
Listen, Linda. Hey, everybody. How's y'all doing?
Already, you're not saying nothing. The host legacy didn't say nothing.
Listen, technical difficulties.
And in legacy case, testicle difficulties. Being T-Who, and I'm also joined tonight by other sister. Yes, she said she almost didn't make it, but I'm glad she's here because it wouldn't be a great show without her. Miss T Savage, how you doing?
Hey everybody, how everybody doing tonight?
Just doing just peachy. And of course, the one who was looking at the camera like a deer in headlights, didn't know what the hell was going on, Mr. Legacy the Great.
Yeah, ATL. Oh, I didn't know what was going on because I hosted Tuesday's show. You supposed to have to delegate it to the next people after that.
No, not necessarily. It's whoever be ready. Just be ready.
Well, if I would have known that I was gonna have to do it again, I'd have been ready.
You don't have to know. You just have to be ready.
Then that mean that you should have gave it to the next person. Then if it don't matter.
Mm-hmm. Right, it didn't matter. That's why I gave it to you.
Oh Lord. What it is, ATL world, we back in this bitch one more time. What it is.
And of course, we're joined by none other than the juiciest cakes on this side of the Mississippi River. It's Juicy Cakes.
Blessings, everybody.
How's everybody doing this evening?
Oh, well, how are you?
I love to have Juicy.
Oh, thank you.
Juicy done missed a show or two. She must have been getting her some.
I was getting some money.
They give me money when I'm in need.
I was in need. I'm still getting it, but you know what? I had to stop and come on today. I said I can't miss another show. I was missing y'all.
Well, we definitely was missing you. I'm like, what is going on with the juice?
Yep, I pumped brakes. I stopped at 8.
Okay, tonight's show is quite interesting. Before I get into charge, I want to remind everybody, definitely hit that subscribe button. Subscribe. We're on our road to 9,000 subscribers. So definitely hit that subscribe button. It costs you nothing to subscribe. And when you subscribe, click the bell. So that way you'll be notified every time we go live. And we won't necessarily have to send you a notice, but you'll just be automatically notified through YouTube. So go ahead, hit the subscribe, hit the thumbs up. That shows that you like it. And when you hit the thumbs up, YouTube will automatically share our videos with other people with like and similar interests. So the family can grow over here to 9,000, 10,000 and more. And comment below in the comment section. And when you comment, we'll show your comments live on the screen, read them, and respond accordingly. So now that we got all the formalities out of the way, the reason why I chose tonight's video, I found it to be quite interesting, is it kind of went with this entire crew, the clan right here. And when I saw the video, I said, I saw a little bit of all of you in this video. So I'm going to share this video, 5 signs you are chosen. And before I show it, one thing I want to point out, it was so funny and kind of ironic, because when I was advertising and promoting the video on my social media, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and so on and so forth, it's so many people, the saints, or should I say the ain'ts, who has never shared or clicked on my video promotions before, automatically assumed that it must be something that's Christian related, and they were clicking on it and liking it and sharing it and put smiley faces and this and that, because I guess they feel that they are chosen because they go to church every Sunday. But they don't make you chosen. They don't make you chosen. They make you programmed. But nevertheless, thank you for sharing it anyway, and I appreciate y'all too.
So you trying to get cussed out tonight?
I thank you, Saints and Inks, for sharing the video. I appreciate it. But let's get right into it.
These are the experiences that you're having right now. A lot of chosen people are waking up at the right time. If you're on this video, you might have been attracted to it because these are the experiences that you're having right now. If you sleep, a lot of people, they just go with the flow and they just go to work. They go to job. They do what they're told. They do what they're shown. And if you end up starting to question what you've been told or what you've been shown, it could be because you're one of the chosen ones.
We're having the uncomfortable conversation.
Let's talk about it. Yo, what up, YouTube? G Bryant here, and I'm back with another video. Listen, if you subscribe to the channel, thank you so much. I have extreme gratitude for you. If you don't know who I am owner of X28 Fitness and the Loft Athletic Club. These are two multi-million-dollar companies that I've built in the past. But my goal for YouTube is to help you reach that God space inside of you. I want you to help raise your energy and elevate to the next level of your life, all right? That's what the G code stands for, God, energy, elevation. So let's get into this video, all right? Now, this video is very important to me. This video is 5 signs that you are chosen. You're on this video, then you're on it for a reason, and you may be a chosen one. And the reason why it's so important to me is because for me to understand my life and how it went and all the things that happened, I said, this has to be a higher calling on my life. There has to be something that I'm not getting. So if you feel like you're in that space, if you're at the crossroads, maybe you're at the right road. And maybe I'm going to help you put a period on that sentence that you've been looking for the answer to. All right. So let's get right into it. All right. Sign number 1 that you may be one of the chosen. You never quite fit in. You may know people may know you. You may be of this world. You may have had some popularity. I had some popularity in high school and growing up, and people knew me, but you never felt like you were actually here. You always felt like there was a separation between you and just the world and other people. And in my life, I've always felt like that, even since I was a child. And I didn't know why. I thought maybe I'm just different. Maybe I'm just weird. I don't know. If you ever feel like this world doesn't suit you all the way, or it doesn't feel like you can just blend and merge like everybody else, you can't just go with the flow. You go to spaces you feel out of place to a certain extent. It may be because you're one of the chosen ones. See, the chosen, we are supposed to walk alone for periods of time, right? Now, we are supposed to have human interaction and communication, but because we have a huge calling on our life, a lot of our time is supposed to be spent in solitude, getting down and deep within our mission. So what happens is when we don't feel good around people, we don't feel like, we are of this world, there's a reason behind that. So if that's how you've been feeling, if you feel like the world doesn't make sense sometimes, if you feel like even throughout your high school life, you may have been someone that people knew, or in your college career, or even in your professional career, it just doesn't just mesh well, doesn't feel like you're just merged or whole in those places, it could be because you're one of the chosen ones, right? So that's something I had to take on my life, For years and years and years, I was trying to figure this out. I was like, why do I look this way, but I think this way, and I talk this way, and I act this way? Or why does it feel like when I'm, being of the world, does it feel like I'm jumping into a role? It doesn't feel like it's natural. It doesn't feel like it's normal, right? And for me, the way I had to make it feel normal was I had to do a lot of things that the world did. I was doing drugs. I was doing alcohol. I was partying and things of that nature. But sometimes I would get into those situations and everything would just slow down. I'd be like, yo, this ain't for me. There's like a different path for me. And it took me a long time to figure out that it may be because I was chosen. Sometimes when you're chosen, you don't have confidence in your chosen ability. So you continue to just, like, that ain't nothing. You keep blowing it off. This feeling ain't nothing. This is what's real. What everybody else is doing, that's what's real. And I got to continue to do that. But when you really start to hone into this, and if you take heed to this sign, this message, it may be because you have to get away from that right now. And you need to let what you really know to be true. You need to start speaking that truth and living that truth, whatever that looks like for you. The second sign that you may be one of the chosen, you move around a lot and you question a lot of things. All right, these go hand in hand. Because you move around a lot, you end up questioning a lot of things. Me personally, I went to 5 colleges. I went to a bunch of high schools. I moved many places looking for the truth. Like, what is this? What is that? I'm questioning things. I'm trying to seek the truth of what this really is, what this life really is. The reason why chosen people do that is because we have these experiences in our life with people, places, and things, and it always leads us to another experience and another experiences. And we don't just live in those experiences. We take inventory of these things and say, okay, well, what did that mean? And then what does this mean? And is there an answer to this? We're always trying to seek the truth. So if you find yourself questioning life a lot, it could be because you're chosen. You've woken up to that. A lot of chosen people are waking up at the right time. And if you're on this video, you might have been attracted to it because these are the experiences that you're having right now. If you're asleep, a lot of people, they just go with the flow and they just go to work. They go to job. They do what they're told. They do what they're shown. And if you end up starting to question what you've been told or what you've been shown, it could be because you're one of the chosen ones. Years ago in my life, I started questioning everything I was told and everything that I was shown. I had to unlearn and then relearn and then recondition myself, right? To think on this level, to speak to you on this level, to have these messages come across the way they did, right? I had to say, is what people are telling me about politics, about science, about religion, about money, about how this works, is all this stuff true? Or is this all secondhand information? Have I ever gone to my source and try to get a download for what I know to be true? And when I started to do that, when I continued to question and when I continued to go ahead and see how do I understand this human experience from a chosen level, that's when I started to get the signs revealed to me. All right. The third sign that you're part of the chosen. You may feel like you have lived many lives in one lifetime. And what I mean by that is you've gone through a lot of different experiences. You've probably been this, that, you had this job, that job, started a business. You could have been in a marriage, out of a marriage, had kids, a lot of relationships. You have a lot of experiences, a lot of hurt, a lot of pain, a lot of different things that you've gone through, right? And the reason why chosen people go through so many experiences within one lifetime is because we are here to speak on them and be able to relate to people in a way to bring light to the world, right? See, when I was going through so many experiences, I've been through many experiences. I tell you guys, I lived many lives. I've worn many hats. I've been many avatars. I've stepped into many roles. All of these roles I speak on because there's somebody that's chosen that's in that role right now that needs to get out of it, right? I was a high school basketball player. I went to 5 colleges. I was in the streets. I did some things in the streets. I went to school. I had good grades. I had bad grades, right? I've had many relationships, many trials and tribulations. I had to go find God on my own. I had near-death experiences. I've done drugs, done alcohol. I have had like so many things. I was like, why do I have so many experiences? So these might not be all your experiences, but you may have accumulation of some things and you're going through a lot of lifetimes in one lifetime, but because you're chosen. And the chosen has a big calling in their life to speak on these things, to help people that go through many different situations. It's your job to go ahead and find yourself and then go ahead and help, send that energy out to find other chosen ones so we can go ahead and spread the light on this world. This God-given light that we were given, to spread, because we are in a battle and it's time for the chosen to stand up and fight for what's right, right? So it may take time for you to go through your experiences as being the chosen one. And when it's time for you to get on the front line, you'll be called and you'll know. So I just want to give you this sign and let you understand that this is maybe why you're one of the chosen ones, okay? Number 4, at some point in the chosen one's life, the world becomes soulless and it starts moving at an undefined pace, right? So what happens is you start having a human experience and it feels like this world doesn't have any feeling. And that's when your true wake up starts to happen. It's when your soul starts to just leave this world. That's like the last call. And it's like, yo, this is the matrix. This is the simulation. I can't live in this matrix anymore. You're just watching people live their life. Now, I remember one time I went to the club and I was drinking and I was doing a lot. And one day I was just standing up on the table and I looked around and everything just slowed down. And it just felt like, yo, what the hell is going on in here? And I didn't feel like I had a soul. I didn't feel like nothing. I felt super low to the ground. I felt like I weighed 10 pounds. I felt like I was 2 foot. I didn't feel like anything, right? And it was like, you're not supposed to be here, right? And I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with the club or people that go to the club, but for me, for who I am, it wasn't supposed to be here. That's not where my purpose was supposed to be, right? That's not where my light was supposed to be. It's here talking to you right now. See, when you're chosen, You're going to continue to have these experiences over and over and over again. So you're chosen for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes God will isolate you to get yourself together, and you're going to lose a lot of things, but you're chosen, and a better you is worth more. It's always going to be worth more, and it's going to be painful sometimes. You're going to lose the externals of this world. You're going to lose the things that you thought you need. You're not going to get all the, rah, and people aren't going to notarize you. The chosen have to get used to cheering for themselves. I had to get used to cheering for myself at a very young age because no one was cheering for me. Nobody cheers for the chosen, right? The only blessing and the only cheering you're going to get from a chosen is God's. You know what I'm saying? God's going to be the one that's going to be rooting for you. You see what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you're not going to get what's popular, right? But it's going to be authentic. It's going to be authentic. That's what you got to understand when you're chosen. When this world starts to become soulless, it's because now your spirit is like, yo, we've been volunteer, and it's time for us to ascend. It's time for us to answer the call. It's time for us to step into who we know we're supposed to be, right? And this video may go over a lot of heads. I'm speaking broad but deeply at the same time because chosen people will pick up on what I'm saying. If you're not chosen and you don't feel like you're chosen or you feel like this video is not for you, then listen, it doesn't matter. No disrespect. But I'm here to talk to a specific person for a specific reason that's seen at a specific time. It's time to activate. Whatever that means to you, it's time to activate. Sign number 5 that you're chosen is you'll go through many trauma. And you're going to have to heal from those traumas because you have to build upon that. So when you go handle your mission, it's like you got a very big piece of armor on you, a shield on you. Because the world's going to come at you when you're chosen from left, right, center, front, up, down, right? So when I was going through my experiences, I had a lot of trauma growing up as a child. I had to learn how to take care of myself at an early age. I learned a lot of skills early, right? Trauma that I didn't know until I was adult. Then as an adult, I had trauma and things I was trying to figure out within my human experience, stabs in the backs, heartbreaks, just different letdowns, a lot of truth seeking, a lot of me trying to figure out what was going on. And then being an adult, trying to go back and figure out how my childhood affected me, my inner child, and how I needed to go ahead and get back to that and understand, those pieces of me. So a lot of those accumulations are for a reason. It's for you to overcome them, right? So right now, if you're going through a trial, a tribulation, or a trauma, and you're one of the chosen, it's time for you to get over it. It's time for you to look deep within yourself, however long it takes, and heal those wounds. And as you heal those wounds and you ascend, every wound you heal, you allow more light to come in, right? And that's what happens with the chosen. So don't think of these pains and these things that we're going through, because when I was in them, I didn't know what was going on. I almost went crazy. You know what I'm saying? I almost went crazy a few times. Like, yo, what is this? I'm asking God, why me? Why me? Right? But you got to understand that when you're chosen, you're supposed to speak on these experiences. You're supposed to be able to help somebody that went through it. You're supposed to be able to help someone heal that's going through it right now. So if this is you right now and you're trying to ask yourself why you've been chosen, why are you watching this video? It may be because these are the things that you need to attack directly right now. These are the things that you need to understand right now, that this is not by chance that you're watching this. This is not by chance that you're going through some of the things you're going through, right? But as a chosen, when it's time for you to build that armor, right? It's time for you to heal. It's time for you to allow yourself to absorb everything I'm speaking to you about and then go ahead and elevate your life to the next level, right? So this is not a process that's going to happen overnight. Like I said, internally, the body is made perfect and is set up perfect to heal. You are made in pursuit of perfection. You're not going to be perfect, but you are made in pursuit. Like you can pursue perfection. And you may not be where you want to be right now, but when you start to go ahead and take some of these things that I've told you, you start to put them in your life and start to understand that you are divinely chosen for a reason, that's when everything changes. So listen, I don't call myself right or wrong. I just call myself confirmation. And if this message has hit your soul in any way, it may be something you want to take heed to. All right, God, energy, elevation. That's the G code. I'm gonna see you on the next video. Peace.
Wow. Very interesting. Now, let me see. First of all, let me see a show of hands. How many of you think that out of the 5 elements they said that you fell into at least 3 of them? Legacy not working? Legacy, do you hear us? Legacy.
I only seen about 1 for sure, maybe 2. And the reason being that is a lot of the things that he said that he saw was due to the fact that he was incoherent. He was under some type of drug. He was up under some type of alcohol. So I can't say that he thought or feel what he was saying so much, because each time that he almost said he's seen these experiences, he was intoxicated or high.
That's not what he said.
That is what he said.
No, he said those are things he went through. He
said when he was in the club, he was drinking and high. He did drugs. That's what he said. And when he had the experience of him being on the table, when he felt himself being low, he was under the influence.
But you're not understanding my question. My question was, so you always try to battle everything. Listen to the question and try to understand what I'm saying. Based on the five.
I listen to the same thing you listen to.
But you're not understanding my question. And if you hush, you can listen to me and I'll reiterate it and maybe I'll explain it to you. You can hear it differently. It's not about
Go ahead, sir.
It's not about battling. Sometimes it's about listening. That's why God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth. What I'm saying is,
go ahead, sir.
Based on the 5 elements or the 5 traits that sticks out, that means that you are possibly a chosen person. Those are things that he realized after he went through the things he went through in his life, and he went back and analyzed his life. So he was sober, coherent, aware, knowledge, educated, and he looked back on his life and he analyzed his life, and he said, based on his life, those are 5 elements that he realized that he must be a chosen person. So that was my question, is based on those 5 things, which of those 5 elements that you think you fell into? And I personally saw 3 in you.
I only saw maybe 2. Maybe 2. Definitely questioning everything, and always got to be on the move, dealing with different situations. I saw those 2, but the rest of it, like I say, I heard it, and we can go back and listen to it again together. And every time that man made a statement and he had a certain feeling, it was him explaining that he expressed that he had those feelings in the midst of being somewhere. And when he had the feeling of him being on the table, standing up, when everything slowed down to him, when the world felt soulless, he was in the club. And if he's in the club and he's telling you while he was in the club interacting, he was drinking and he was partying. That's what he said. So therefore, he could have been hallucinating.
But he realized it after he realized it years later, Legacy. Right now, he's not.
He didn't say that, Tony.
Right now, he's not drinking. He's having a video educating people about the 5 signs.
And
he's not drunk. So he's telling you what he went through.
And I understand. I understand it. But when I hear him say that he can remember when he was in a club, partying, drinking, smoking, he reflected back to what he did and when it happened while he was under the influence. That's when he saw it. He was under the influence. He was high. He was drunk.
Juicy, what are the out of the 5, what areas did you see yourself?
And the move and the question things, not fitting in.
Child, I put you and Don Allen under experience. That y'all have to be y'all have more experiences than Hey, baby mama, wifey. I was like, shoot. I definitely said Juicy got to be chosen. Snoop Dogg, little sister, why you leading over there, though?
Cause she bugged.
But you know it's Friday. Juicy head stuck like this, y'all.
No, I'm sitting on the pillows that's leaning this way. I got
So
my
now
legs.
hey, look, now we finna blame the pillows.
Yeah, I got my legs up. I'm sitting
But
in the
they
chair.
got that. They had just swing in the air.
You got them legs up. That's why you missed the last 2 shows.
Well, see. Not at all. I was working, not that kind of working though.
She works hard for the money. So you better treat her right.
Yeah, you better treat me right. I work hard for my money.
Miss Savage and Tia, when y'all raised your hand, so where in the
so Juicy,
choices that you possibly saw yourself as?
Maybe like always questioning stuff and not moving all the time because I ain't doing that. But I can't remember what the other 3 was.
Not fitting in. I never fit in.
Not fit in. No, I definitely don't fit in anybody's cookie cutter. Definitely don't fit in anybody's cookie cutter. I've always been a person that marches to the beat of their own drum. Always.
Yeah, I never fit in. I blended or I adjusted, but I never really fit in.
I don't even adjust. I ain't adjusting to nothing. They better adjust to me.
Right. That part.
I'm just saying that's just my mentality, my take on it.
Sit my legs up.
Y'all, I get birth to my own daddy. Yes, sir.
Which one did you see yourself in?
Not fitting in. I question everything. I don't know. It just be a lot of stuff that I just know. I don't know. When I say choke, it's a lot of different things. Experiences that I done been through, like shit that normally people will say was a trauma, was something that I came through unscathed, never had to be on drugs, never needed to drink.
Life and death situations. Have been in a situation where a gun been drawn on you, or a car accident, or anything like that?
Yeah, I have a whole neck replacement.
Yeah, he mentioned life and death situations.
Like, I had something happen to me that if it was the average female, you would have either killed all your family members or you would have been on drugs or something to cope with life.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I went through that trauma at 16, and from 16, I've been on my own.
On my own.
That lady, that crazy. I don't know. When stuff happen now, my mom be like, if anybody was gonna make it through that or anybody could handle that, Tayama, it would have been you. So I don't know. You just know when it's something different over you. You don't know if it's your grandmama, auntie, cousins, whoever prayed over you, but the prayers actually showed that somebody was on your side.
Yeah.
Helen Baylor said you had a praying grandmother.
I feel like that man in that video might have been a Christian at the time, a spiritual when he was in them clubs, and he was feeling all small and stuff. I don't know if they make him the chosen one, but that might have been his Holy Spirit convicting him about being in the goddamn club when he know he been called to do something else.
I agree.
Like I used to go to the club and be cool, but when I think the last couple times I went, I was just like, oh yeah, I'm not supposed to be here. This ain't for me. I ain't feel small, but on the inside, it was just like, what are you doing? What you doing? If you go to the club and you bored after 5 minutes, if you in the club sleep, and you only had one drink, like it's not the place for you. I was in the club damn near sleep, and we had only been there 30 minutes. I was like, I'm finna go.
Who'd you go with?
I can't even remember. That's how long ago it was. I ain't been in over 10 years.
Because I went the last time.
Last time she was in the club, I think, wasn't that for Serena's birthday?
Yeah, that was the last time, and I was about to sleep that night. I was sitting down, y'all was telling me to get up, and child, please.
I was like, "Are we at the girl's birthday?"
Child, I was like, I think it's time for me to go. Walk me to the car.
Big facts.
Yeah, I was out of there. I can't. I just couldn't ride with that.
I enjoy. You know, I don't know. That's why I believe in one of the main things I believe in is having the opportunity to have free will. I don't think God put certain things on you and hold you to oh, you supposed to be this, you supposed to be that, when he automatically gave you free will to do what you want to do. So I don't necessarily, and for anybody that want to believe that, that's their choice. But free will is what it is. So when I found myself, and I grew up in the church heavily, so you know, at one time I was told that at 8 I was supposed to be ordained, and I just started looking at church differently, because I'm like, who want to be up under all that stress and pressure? Can't get no pussy, can't do all of this. I'm 15 years old, everybody having a good time. I'm around here holding myself, and
I want to say something.
Yeah, that was. Hold on, Juicy, for me. I just didn't. When I got to be 16, 17, I was done with that. I was done with that. I enjoyed going in the clubs. I enjoyed hanging out, being in the street. It was fun. I mean, as I look back now, it still was fun, but it was dangerous. But it's dangerous driving your car down the road and somebody can come out of the blue and take you out. So I don't know about this calling on thing, you know. I just believe that if you believe in something enough, that's what it is for you. Whether you believe in a leaf that is going to eventually turn into a tree or a seed, eventually it can turn into that.
So the leaf, what?
What you saying, Juicy?
You know, when you say like a calling is also something that keeps drawing you and your attention towards it. And so I look at it may not be you trapped into like how you put it, but the more you seek and learn, the more you are accountable for. And that is where calling comes into play. So it's like God or whoever the higher power, I see that he was speaking of the energy. I'm the energy, your energy, God, you, whichever you believe in. But whatever your drive is, the more you seek, the more you drive and desire, even if it is into the enjoyment, the satisfaction of your flesh, it's still a drive. And then the more you seek, the more you learn, the more you, that's what you're held accountable to. And there are people who are on callings and there are some who are running from it. You be straddling the fence like Humpty Dumpty. You got good. Everybody have a yin and yang, and you been living them all out. But you still got a calling because you're still seeking something.
Kay said God does give us free will, but for many are called, few are chosen. Like Tiana said, you just know.
Yeah, and the free will.
With that statement, go ahead, Juicy.
I said, and like the free will come into it when you're seeking, you freely desiring what you desire. When I read or I seek knowledge to do, that's what I freely, that's my will. And then the more I learn,
But that's but again, Juicy, when you say that, love, in the essence of when God was talking about free will, when he was speaking to the angels of it, and he was saying that they have their own mindset to do what it is. I'm not going to force you. That's what he was speaking about when he was speaking of free will, to where you are not made to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
So your choices, like you say, are gonna be things that are gonna come back that you're gonna have to answer for because you had free will. So as the young lady stated, and you said, Juicy, about the calling, if it was everybody, if it was about a calling and God loved everybody the same, that's what it says. He loved everybody and would hope for everybody to be saved. But if everybody knew their calling or had an opportunity to know what their calling is, then most people would fulfill their callings. But because you don't know, and because there are so many other things. Go ahead, Tony.
Daryl Blue says, in the book of Matthew 22 through 14, the book of Matthew 22, verse 14, it states that many are chosen. Then
you cross-reference
Peter 2:9. Again, many are chosen. Deuteronomy 7:6. We all are chosen for specific tasks. I like that.
So we're chosen. Everybody may be chosen, but it's their choice of free will to interact on it. Like right there, God does not force anything.
No matter how chosen you are, you can run from it and it's still gonna catch up with you. I am one of the meanest people you will come in contact with. I'm nice, don't get it twisted. I am nice, but you have to get to know me to know that I'm nice. And to know me is to know whatever come on my brain, I'm not finna filter it. You're gonna get it so raw and uncut. But people gravitate towards me and I'll be like, they gotta be crazy. You literally have to be crazy because you got to get through all these layers to get to Teyama. Or the only person
I know I've been through them.
When you first meet me, all you get is Nicole. And baby, you don't want to talk to Nicole. That bitch is crazy. So you can literally push yourself away from people. And if it's just for like, and they'll tell you quick, you have this light in you. Whatever that light is, have fun with it. Tony was the first one to tell me, you'll do good on camera. For what? I don't want to do nothing. And then I'm like, whatever. He said, you'll cut a check. I said, okay, camera it is. So you don't know what's for you. Other people will see what's for you before you do.
I agree.
You too busy dealing with the everyday life to where you don't consciously have time to even notice that it is something about you, or you have this special gift, being that we live in a time that's too busy. We're not in Jesus' days when the sun go down, everything stops. It seems like when the sun go down, that's when everything get jumping nowadays. And I'm not meaning jumping like just kids and just the world just don't stop, and it's not enough hours in a day. I'm just saying.
Correct.
Me thinking out loud.
When you say, when you say that, okay, go ahead, Tony. Go ahead.
I'm behind. Kate says, God don't force anything, but when he calls you to be chosen, that's just what it is. That everyone has a calling and purpose. You may not recognize it. That's why you seek God. Kate also says that's a possibility, Legacy. The great that you could be chosen. Just seek God. Remember, it says legacy. You've been chosen a long time ago. You have so many gifts.
Who you telling with that big ass head, girl? I can't
My
hurt.
thing is,
That man get
listen,
me out of
I'm
lot
gonna
of
say
trouble.
this.
Girl, stop trying to get in that man draws, compliment him like that. You trying to give him draws. He ain't giving them up, girl. You might as well let that go. You got a Coke bottle? Get on the camera. We need to see what you look like first.
Oh, she can't be talking about me because, honey, you forgot I takes it.
Oh my God. That's a whole charge out here in these streets. Ain't nobody going to jail behind no meat
What my
stand.
call is? She gonna
Ain't
go
nobody
get
going to jail behind no meat stand.
I can't with y'all.
I can't with
You
you.
so crazy. Listen. Oh, weird.
Y'all know I'm
K,
around.
listen, Miss K. I do understand. I do understand that the process of you saying seek God. But Miss K, let's look back over history. History tells me that there are people who have, in their mind of seeking God, and that call themselves Christians, call themselves Muslims, and all different types of, interacting or relationship with God, and come out and mass murder people. So is it their calling that's their job or their duty to do certain things to cause certain changes in life? Because people are, I've read in the Bible, and some of us, the gentleman that was on a few minutes ago, that even in the Bible it says some people are born and created fitted for destruction, meaning that they already was ordained and placed here, and their only purpose of life is what it is, Eddie King, is for destruction. So when we talk about that, that's why free will is so great. That's why free will is, and God has no compulsion or force, because some of us may not never get an opportunity to fulfill whatever it is y'all call a calling on a person's life. Because you have kids that are aborted. You have kids that come into this world and get shot and killed by drive-bys. So was that their purpose of life, was to come to be assassinated? Was that their calling to come and never to fulfill what it is that thus says the Lord? Or were they ordained just to come here and be a sacrifice?
I feel like when your number up, your number up.
Yeah.
Like you a fetus.
So then that means that you have
man. Your number up, your number up.
So that's why I say, I do believe that, I have looked back on my life and I've thought, well, dang, maybe if I hadn't, sold drugs at that time in my life, that I may have turned out to be a great attorney, but it wasn't in the cards for me. That didn't happen. So I can't be an attorney with a felony on your record. Can't do it. But I still don't allow that to stop me from doing. That still doesn't stop me from doing what it is that I do, because it's something that I love. So I did go about trying to learn how to do it. I did learn how to be able to litigate if I have to. But if I would have been a greater asset for society, being able to get the degree in becoming an attorney, if that was my calling. So, like I said, I was told at 8, 13, 15, 17, going all through high school and elementary and middle school, oh, you're supposed to be a minister. You're going to be a minister. I didn't want that pressure on me. I didn't want that pressure.
Who wants that pressure on them?
And I did what Christ did. Christ asked God to remove that cup from him. And then he said, I guess God said no, and he said, let thy will be done. So I wanted the cup removed from me. And I ain't trying to get it. I want to go to heaven if there's a place. But as far as me being the person that to tell people thus says the Lord, that was for me.
It's not necessarily the fact of thus said the Lord. It's just the fact that you've been through things, and your words can help others through those things that they're going through that's similar to what you've been through. So your ministry don't necessarily have to be in no pulpit talking about what thus says the Lord.
Amen.
To be frank, my ministry is not in the pulpit. It's talking to people in the streets. Jesus went to the club.
Juicy, you on
He went to the whole houses. He went to the brothels. What?
Hold on, Savage. Juicy, your twin trying to come on, Juicy.
I think the iPad's trying to load back up so I can be on it instead of on the phone.
Man, you know what? I gotta go where Juicy at. Cause I might see her calling a little bit better if I'm on what she on.
Hold on, ladies. Kay says, but you have to understand we weren't meant to stay on this world. However, it to have a purpose to, but not everyone will fulfill their purpose. God will hold them accountable. Miss Kay, I think in order for you to, this is just my opinion, ma'am. I think in order for us to fulfill our purpose, we have to first know what it is. I don't think God is like that. I don't see God as not showing me what it is that he want me to do, that I need to take a flashlight and find it in the dark. I think that God revealed to us what it is he want us to do, like he gave Christ his task to do, and they gave the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam his task to do. They didn't have to look for it. He brought it to them.
Well, like I told y'all, that was in times where the world was a lighter. I don't know. You might need to be high or on something, to channel into some of that.
Now that right there may be true, Tay, because I've done a little reading a lot. I like to read, but it's a lot of books where you see like monks, Shaolin monks, Indians, African priests, and things of that nature. In order for them to actually get to that realm of being able to feel like they can communicate with the higher power, they're always on something like marijuana or whatever it is they smoke in their country. They keep some in their damn pipe.
Or they do
fast. I can take them to another level, the spiritual side. You got to be in a spiritual space to get what they're trying to do.
And that's why a lot of people go on spiritual fasting to get their body to the purest state. And then literally when you actually fast, you fast your body from sugar, all that processed, and it literally gives your body a breather, a detox in a sort, to where it puts you on a level playing field. Child, don't even get me started. But you gotta quiet down your world to even figure out anything around you. I don't believe by me going to nobody church talking about hallelujah, this, that, and the fourth makes them better than me, spiritual than me. I can sit there with someone that been in church their whole life, and I can promise you my connection with God is way better, and my relationship, my connection with him is so much better because I am my full authentic self, not my programmed self, not my I'm doing it because my mama did it, my daddy did it, so I'm following shoot, I got a pastor daughter right there, and she'll tell you.
That's where free will goes into play. That's when you go ahead. I said that's where the free will.
The reason I was holding up my hand, ladies. Not to hurry up you off, Juicy or Tay or Miss K. We're down to 5 minutes and we have to close out on this. Miss K, if you want to come on backstage, Tony, I guess send a link out where she can come on in the backstage but we're finna get ready to get out of here. We're gonna go ahead and start off with the juiciest cakes in the business. Tell them how they can reach you, ma'am.
You can reach me on the ATL show every Tuesday and Friday at 9 p.m. Or you can check out my website at enliventoyou.com. I'm on Facebook, Nicole Purse. The phone number there, if you'd like to set up any consultations, or you can text any health questions, 202-677-5469. Instagram, Miss Beautiful, and TikTok, Miss Juicy Cakes. And we're there for your homeopathic and wellness needs. Thank you.
All right, let's move forward to the one and only Savage one, Miss T Savage.
T Savage IG 1000, Facebook on your Drayton Birds, TikTok at T_Savage100, Birds on you at gmail.com.
All right, that's how you meet. That's how you get at her. Boss lady, let them know.
You can reach me at Tayama01 on Instagram. You can reach me at Tayama Copeland Facebook. You can reach me at Just In Time Accessories on Gmail. And you also could go to Just In Time Accessories where you could buy your jewelry, everything $5. So pretty much.
All right, the one and only, the boss man, the one that makes it possible for us to be on this podcast, thorn on my side. Damn, Mr. Anthony Brown, AB, come to the stage.
Before I take everybody shout out, I just want to remind everybody, tune in on our next show. I Love You to Death. It's going to be a very interesting story that we're going to tell, and it's going to be based on a reality, something that's happening right now as we speak, where love can actually kill you. So just definitely tune in for our next show, which will be Tuesday. I Love You to Death. So definitely bring your ass back. Okay? But anyway, I'm Anthony Brown. You can find me on all social media. That's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube under Anthony Brown or Anthony Brown Show. You can follow me on my Facebook page, Anthony the Writer. I'm on TikTok and Facebook Reels, Anthony Brown 561. And of course, you got to grind until you shine. For business purposes, call me at 561-768-3710.
All right. And I am Legacy the Great. You can reach me or find me on Facebook under our Dream Williams, YouTube, Legacy the Great. My email address is legacyunlocked@mail.com. Business purposes only. Please contact me at 229-630-7615. In closing tonight, I just want to tell everybody, do what you got to do. Connect with God. Find out what your purpose is. See if you're one of the chosen ones. And if not, find out how you can become one. ATL.
ATL. They're back.
It's my time again.
Anthony, Tioma, T Savage, Legacy. They're back. They're the best. Let's get it. Season 2.
I'm the best in the city, that's fact. And there's only one reason that I came back. I'm here to set the fucking record straight. Okay, I'm the best you ever cast, just fell the way. First off, ain't no beef with the spitters in my city. But if it comes with 28, then shit get gritty. I'm shitty. Yeah, I shit on rappers. Either dead on the scene, since you wanna be actors. It's the message. I'm talking open hills and things. The clothes over feeling foggy. I'll be patient and waiting. It seems y'all forgot who really runs the throne. Screaming y'all number one, just because I was gone. See, ain't no stopping me now. I'm on the move. I'm on against team. Watch me, you ready to lose. The game, the street, the zone is took. This the message. Hope it leave you from me rapper. Sure. Yeah. The message. So y'all know. Yeah. The monster is back. And I'm at my spot.
ATL.
toasted one. I just wanted to